Hello everyone, welcome to the Roundtable DAO TV show. Today we will having a conversation with the MetaFighter. MetaFighter is a play-to-earn fighting game which captures the essence of arcade fighting classics like Street Fighter, Virtua Fighter, and Soul Calibur, while delivering an in-game economy that rewards players for their combat prowess. And Sebastian, project manager of MetaFighter, is with us so we can know more about the project. Before we start, I'd like to remind everyone that these shows and interviews are possible with the support from viewers like you. So please take just a few seconds to follow our channel, hit the like on this video. A few seconds goes a long way and it will help us bring more valuable content and projects to your screen. So Sebastian, welcome to the show. Very glad to have you here. We have a lot of enthusiasm in our public for this hammer.
Likewise. Thanks so much for inviting us.
You're welcome. So let's go straight to the first questions we prepared for you guys. So where did the MetaFighter idea came from originally? So can you give us a brief introduction? Tell us some history. Why did you choose this name?
Absolutely. So it's basically it goes back to our childhood. So both Zach and the founder and I, we played a lot of like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Virtua Fighter, you name it. That goes back into the days of like Super Nintendo, Game Boys. I don't even know if our audience are all aware of these like fancy gadgets that we had back then and the pixel graphics. But that is where it all started, and I mean, we just used our spare time to beat the shit out of each other, just have fun with some friends, and that's our passion. So like video games back then, it was completely disconnected and was offline. It was just like meeting friends in real life and like really having fun with the game. And when we saw both Zach and I, we are in the blockchain space for like 6 or 7 years now. And of course, we all saw like the dawn of blockchain gaming over the last 2 or 3 years and saw like how a new vertical, a new space emerged there. And what we think was missing was actually like a fighting game. It occurred to us like there was nothing there, even though it's so obvious and it's like its own genre. It's very popular. It's been there for decades now, but no one did it. So that's when we said, like, okay, you know what? It's a passion of ourselves. It's missing. How about we try this? And that's how it all started. And yeah, the name MetaFighter is sort of like a reference to the classics, to Street Fighter precisely, and plays with like the metaverse, with like everything that's emerging around in the blockchain space and the fighting game itself.
Yeah, great idea. So, what makes MetaFighter special? So, which features does it differ from other related projects in the sector?
Yeah, I think the first and foremost, it's not even like just about the game features. What we try to do differently, we wanna approach the whole process of developing the game and creating the game differently. Because what we see also in the blockchain space, you still have decentralized applications, decentralized games, and all of that, but the community is still left behind for most parts. Like it's like centralized development. You know, you have a development team, it develops the game is released, and there you have it. Yeah, you either like it or not, but it's there. And we want to involve the community from ground zero. So we immediately started having our community members like naming our fighters, having a word in like which fighters we should put into the game, what the story of the fighters should be. So we want to really like create an immersive experience for our community and allow them to become part of the game, and also like have a say in what we do, how we develop it, where we are going in the future, because we want to be here for the long run. This is not like a one-trick pony or something that we just want to do for like 4 weeks. We envision MetaFighter to stay and have like a long-term future, and that's why it's so important for us that the development itself and how we advance over time is also driven by the community, because that's basically the biggest asset that we have, right,
Yeah.
outside of the game. And if you really look into the game itself, what makes it special, what is unique, well, first of all, we just want to create a game that's fun to play. Like that's our like core credo. even without any blockchain assets, and even if you just want to play to have fun, the game should be good to play, because I think personally that is also something that is lacking a little bit in the space. It's all focusing on, let's say, the tokenomics and the play to earn features, which is great. It's something new to gaming itself, but the game itself should still be fun. You know, you should not just play the game to earn tokens.
Yeah.
You should also just enjoy playing the game. And that's what we want to create. We want to like basically cater to both worlds, to just players and gamers who want to meet friends online, who want to enjoy gaming, playing together, and also, of course, like the hardcore, let's say, play to earn category of gamers that really wants to like advance and then like basically get rewarded for playing. So that's basically the I would say the two pillars that we are catering to. And in regards to our in-game mechanics, or what separates us from other blockchain games, well, first of all, what we will have metaverse elements in the fighting game, because fighting games themselves, you know, they are very easy to start with. They are extremely easy to get into. You can just play for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but they are hard to master. So what we did, we integrated some role-playing game elements like fighter NFTs that you can level up, skill points, things that will allow you to also have a long-term replay value and make sense in the blockchain world and tie in the elements of blockchain into the fighting game. And you will also have arena NFTs, which is like sort of like you could say a metaverse. The arena NFT itself gives you ownership of a property within the game, so a fighting arena. And you can use that to create sponsorships, create your own tournaments, create your own content. I mean, if you're the arena owner and if you want to create your own YouTube channel just for broadcasting everything that happens in the arena, go for it. You know, like we want to give people the opportunity to become their own business within MetaFighter. So you could say it is sort of like a metaverse play, even though I personally don't really like the word because it's just used too often for all sorts of purposes. But that's kind of the essence, isn't it? So that is what we want to create, and what we do differently than a lot of like other, let's say, arcade games. And of course, the core essence of the game itself will be about fighting, right? I mean, it's a fight game. So the core elements will be about creating tournaments, having wager fights, fighting for tokens, betting the tokens, being part of, like, let's say, 16 people tournaments and coming out victorious or not. So that's like the core essence of it. But aside of that, for long-term replay value, we will have the fighter NFTs, the arena NFTs. We will have a marketplace structure where you can basically trade, rent, and earn from your in-game assets themselves. And also, I don't want to spoil it too much because some of these things should be a surprise to people. But there will be elements that a lot of people will maybe know from traditional gaming, like consoles or PCs, that we will repurpose and bring them into the crypto world and basically, add a little bit of a secret sauce to it.
Okay, it sounds a lot of fun. And also, you also anticipated my third question. Congratulations! So it's not something common, but I will ask you the question anyway. So we can read in your white paper that MetaFighter has a play-to-earn feature. You already talked about it. So an NFT marketplace, you mentioned it, and a fighting metaverse. So the arena, I guess you talked about. So can a user create a cash flow by owning an asset in the metaverse, or maybe just by playing? So how can a user put his own game assets to work with your project? So maybe you can tell us a bit more in depth about what you already mentioned. So the cash flow.
Absolutely. So I agree with everything you said. So those are vital components, let's say, of the blockchain element inside the game, right? I mean, blockchain games, in my humble opinion, blockchain games have two specific purposes compared to traditional games. First of all, you can own your in-game assets, which you can't if you just play on the console or anything. Everything you get as a reward, you don't really own. So, for example, if you sell the game, the stuff is gone and you can't sell it separately. that is changed by blockchain, so you can actually own your own assets. And of course, as you said it, you can create play to earn features, or actually like earn for playing other than just getting achievements or rewards, right? And these are the elements that we are picking up on as well. So first and foremost, everyone can have a fighter NFT. That means it is your own fighter. You can sort of say educate it, level it up, create additional skill levels and tiers, and advance with your playing style. And you can also customize your fighter. So when you advance through the game, you will be able to assign skill points based on leveling up. And then, of course, with, let's say, your experience and everything that you create and everything that you customize with your fighter becomes more valuable, and you can, in theory, also sell it. If you just want to like create money from being good at the game, right? You can do that, and you can sell your fighter NFT, and you can start all over again with a new fighter NFT. Of course, that is up to you. I wouldn't do it personally, because I would be so happy if I actually had like a maxed out fighter. I would want to keep it, but that is up to everyone. So that is one way how you can earn. And instead of selling it, if you are like me and want to like keep it, you can also rent it out. So that will be a feature that will be included on the marketplace. So let's say you don't have time for playing for the next 1 or 2 months because you're getting married, you're on vacation, or you have just other duties in life. So you can put your NFT fighter up for renting on the marketplace. That means you can give it to another person. Mm-hmm. They can play with it. They can actually level it up even more. And you pretty much like split the rewards that they generate, right? So it's a win-win situation for both players, because new players might get the chance to play with, let's say, a very well-developed NFT, while you as the NFT owner, when you don't have time to play the game, you can still progress with your fighter. So that is one feature how you can earn. The other one is simply by fighting. So when you have a fighter NFT, you can participate in wager fights, which means that if you and me fight, we can both bet tokens on the outcome. We can say like, hey, we want to bet 100 fight tokens on the victory, right? So the winner gets it, the loser loses it. Well, pretty simple concept. And it's the same with tournaments. So in tournaments, you usually have 16 people, 32 people that actually come together to fight out a championship. And there will be a prize pool of MetaFighter. So everyone will have like MetaFighter tokens as a buy-in. And then the winners basically get rewards from that prize pool. So that is another way of earning. And the cool thing about it is, something that we've seen in a lot of blockchain games, usually they reward the people who already hold a lot of tokens, who just have more economic power than the average user, right? Like the more tokens you have, you can buy a better NFT, and immediately you're better than everyone else, even though maybe you're not even skilled at the game. That is something that we want to break up with, because if it comes to fighting, let's just say you have the best fighter, right? Like your fighter is developed over 1 year, and I might only like fight for like 2 or 3 months, but I'm just a better player, right? Like I still have a fair shot against you, and it's not like you have an unfair advantage just because you have more money, you have more tokens or whatever. Of course, it will help you to have more tokens because it will boost your experience point curve. That is something we will then to reward token holders, but everyone still has the same shot at it, right? Like it is skill-based after all, and it's hard to master. And the last opportunity to earn money other than fighting is, as we said it before, the arena NFT. So that basically entitles you to own an arena in the game, which means you are, let's say, your own business within MetaFighter. You can host your own tournaments, you can create your own championships, you can create your own prize pools, you can even get sponsorships from outside crypto projects or from outside investors. So, for example, that we partner with networks. So let's say Dan wants to organize something in an arena and he wants to sponsor VRK tokens as a prize pool. He can do that. You can set your own rules as an arena owner, how you want to operate your business. And your core revenue streams will, of course, be from organizing tournaments, from organizing prize pools, from sponsorships, from advertisements. We will have advertisement spots in the fights so that people can create revenue from owning an arena. So like let's say the arena NFT is like the prime piece of the NFTs in MetaFighter, which allow you to become your own business, and they are specifically catered for, let's say, guilds, for other investors, for companies, for crypto projects, also for private investors who just want to operate their own business. But those are the specific niches that we target with those arena NFTs.
Yeah, great. Another question. Maybe we can leave that for the final of our video. I have a nice question from the live chat. What consists the best strategy to be successful in earning? So can you tell us something? So maybe we already talked about it. So, on your
So,
opinion, what could be the a good strategy to be successful in earning? Yeah. So it's
the question is it earning experience or earning tokens? I'll try to answer both if that's okay, because I'm not sure what is meant with earning. So if you want to earn experience, then of course you have to fight. There is no way around it.
yeah.
There is no free lunch in MetaFighter. So if you if you want to level
I
up
guess
a
you
fighter,
can't bot fight. You have to fight really. Okay. Yeah. I guess.
exactly. So we reward hardship. There is no easy way, but of course we have additional tools like staking for tokens, staking for NFTs. Also, if you hold tokens. Now, for example, if you buy from the public sale, which is soon, if you hold the tokens and hold them in your wallet, you will get an experience boost, which means that you will level up faster from fighting. But in generally, you just have to grind. You can stake outside of MetaFighter. You can use tools that will allow you to level up faster, or that will support you in leveling up faster. But ultimately, it's about fighting. It's about winning. But rest assured, we created a fair mechanism, so you don't have to be victorious to get experience points. Even if you lose, you will still be rewarded for actually practicing and being part of the game.
Okay. Okay. Let me find another question. Can you guys confirm if you would really have dynamic NFTs? So like for superpowers?
Yes, we will. So I'll try to explain it from a high level, right? So
Yeah.
you will have a fighter NFT, and that fighter NFT will have different statistics like strength, stamina, speed, stuff like that. Those 5 different attributes, they will have skill points attached to them. So every fighter starts with the same skill points, which means each unique fighter has the same skill points. Of course, the different fighters have different skill points in the different dimensions. And now, as you level up, you can, as the player, you can assign the skill points based on your playing style. So if you want to have more powerful attacks, you can, of course, always put the skill points into strength until it is maxed out, and then focus on the other things. Or you can create a well-balanced fighter that has a bit of everything. So that is the first dynamic aspect of the fighter NFT. So it's up to you and up to your play style, how you want to, let's say, train and build up your fighter over time. And the superpowers that were mentioned, there is also 2 elements that are attached to the fighter NFT, which are, let's say, in-game perks or in-game assets, also represented by NFTs. There is a superpower that is specific to each fighter that you can hold and can use one time in the fight. And then you will also be able to have experience boosts as an NFT that allow you to have them, let's say, attached to your fighter. And for the time that they are eligible, you will get more experience points from the fights themselves. So those are the dynamic elements outside of the actual fighter that you can attach to the fighter, so to speak.
Another question about the marketing area. So, will you have plans to collaborate with the big brands and or famous artists? Or maybe, I guess, also for the NFT side of the project? You can tell nothing?
let's just say I can't disclose everything that we are doing,
Okay.
but yes, we are thinking about it.
Okay, okay, you're working on it. That's a a good answer. Okay, okay. And Any plan also for the mobile PC, augmented reality, virtual reality? There is something in development for this?
So for the time being, we are focusing on the PC version of the game. So it will
Uh-huh.
be a web browser game, by the way. Maybe that is not clear to everyone. So you will not have to install software on your
Yeah.
computer. You play it over the browser, and that is the first game type that will come out. So it will be a web
Okay.
browser version.
So web app.
Um,
Yeah.
Exactly, and we will have mobile versions. That is definitely on the roadmap. However, we wanted to focus on one platform or one game first and make really sure that everything works smoothly, that everything is fine, and also with the blockchain integration. Let's just say you can enable everything on the smartphone, of course, right now with wallets and smart contracts and all of that. It all works from a smartphone, but usually, or the most, let's say, used medium for interacting with blockchains is still the desktop computer or
Yeah.
laptop, and that's why we focused on that first. But that being said, and to my original statement, the game will be playable without any blockchain assets, because what we want to do, we want to also appeal to normal gamers who have no clue about wallets, no clue about crypto coins, no clue about anything.
Nice.
So they will be able to play the game. So it will still work for them. And then you can also ping your friends. You can invite your friends. You can just have a casual match with like 1 or 2 beers, like just sitting there with your laptops and beat the crap out of each other in the evening. And well, now I'm probably spoiling something, and Serkan will hate me for it later. But
we don't mind.
when you actually play without any blockchain assets, we will still record your statistics. So you will still have experience earned on that, which you can at a later point then transfer into the blockchain.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. And another question. So we are already talking about it. So how do you plan to bring in mass adoption so users can start using your platform? So what marketing strategy? So one great strategy you already answered somehow is this. So you don't need necessarily to be on blockchain to have a wallet. You can already play. That's a big new thing in this space, because every project you must connect your wallet. You have the AVAX token or the Solana token to play. So this is a great innovation. Great. Also because most of people I see on crypto Twitter, they say this game sucks. So how can I play on this? So a lot of people really don't like also the game. But you first of all, you are working on the game to be well done, well developed, to have a history, to be nice to play. Okay, this is something I must recognize to the public also. Yeah. Do you wanna add something?
I mean,
you have something.
Other than that, I mean, you already pointed out the most important things, right? So for us, the core strategy is deliver a good game, something that people actually enjoy playing. And as for the non-crypto users, so to say, like the traditional gamers, to be quite frank, and that is a bit of a shortcoming from my personal opinion. 80 to 90% of gamers don't use crypto. It's a fallacy that everyone thinks like, oh, you're a gamer, so you engage with blockchain or crypto. No, there is like 80 to 90% of gamers are out there that have absolutely no clue about wallets, crypto coins, whatever. So by only allowing crypto users or crypto owners to play a game, you're cutting yourself short of like 80 to 90% of the market. And that is, one of our strategies to appeal to the masses and to appeal to more people. However, of course, at the beginning, when we really go into the market and when we scale up the operations, the crypto market will be the first focus. Make no mistake about that. So, of course, everyone who is a token holder, everyone who is an NFT holder, they will have their fun. They will get all their features. They are definitely our first focus. However, we already envision and we already build up an architecture that also supports people who do not have any crypto coins, right? And that allows us to scale into those segments faster than it might be for other projects who do not have that opportunity because they didn't integrate it in their architecture right from the get-go. And when it comes to the crypto market, we will, of course, partner with other projects. We already have a fantastic list of partners
Yeah, we saw.
that also have guilds, communities. We will have cross-promotion campaigns later on where token holders of other projects will be invited to play MetaFighter and vice versa. So there is a lot of things happening behind the scenes where we want to cross-pollinate different communities because we just think crypto is a big family and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot of added value for, let's say, the crypto community, and that's also one of our core strategies of moving along and increasing the user base of the game.
Great, great. Yeah, I totally agree on this. The crypto world is still a very little world, so we can shape it in a very well mode, a very well fashion if we work together. Yeah, I guess we reached the end of this this show. Do you have something maybe we didn't talk about that you want people to know about your project? Some last words. I mean, uh, you already talked a lot. I know.
I know. I'm not introduce it, but there's just so much to say,
Yeah,
and I hope I don't bore people to
yeah,
death with everything that I say. But yeah, first of all, thanks for our great community. Thanks to everyone who's watching and who's enjoying it and who wants to educate themselves about MetaFighter. We really appreciate your support, and we are humbled by the support you guys give us. And yeah, all I can say is stay tuned. I mean, we will have a lot of launch pads coming in March. We will have our TG in April. There is a lot of development happening behind the scenes that is not shared every day because it just takes time to build a game, especially if it should be a good game. So just rest assured, there is a lot happening behind the scenes. We are crunching every day for the actual product development. And without spoiling too much, you can also expect to have a demo version of the game for our early adopters or for our early supporters ready soon after TGE. So there is a lot of good things coming.
Great. So also this video, this show is recorded. It's live on YouTube, so everyone can that is watching this video in the future from now, be sure that you can reach these guys on Discord. You can see here below the icon, so you can join and ask them everything you like. Also on Twitter, on Telegram, they have the chat. You see all details in description. And again, from my side, thank you for all the watchers, for everyone who help us made this show, because this is for you. And see you in the next episode. And be sure, of course, to write your question in the form, to follow the socials, so Roundtable DAO and MetaFighter social, to win the prize, because really a lot of people ask the question and don't fill the form. So I'm sorry for this, guys. Again, thank you, Sebastian, for being here. It was a great fun, and have a nice day, everyone.
Have a nice one. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.